Hello everyone, it's Colorado Way here, and for today's video, we're going to be looking at one of Inkling's most underused moves in her kit, Splatter Shot. Not a lot of Inkling players use this move, and only top players really use this move at top level very recently at offline tournaments at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks you can do with Splatter Shot. And if you didn't know, I have a ton of guides on Inkling, like her roller and a splat bomb, and I also made a neutral guide and some guides on her advantage state. So I recommend checking out those videos if you've not done so already after this video is over. That's everything I have to say in the intro. Let's talk about Inkling Splatter Shot. Inkling Splatter Shot is probably the move that puts ink on the opponent the fastest. If the opponent decides to shield to move, they are locked in shield until the Inkling player releases the B button, or they can roll out of Splatter Shot after 11 hits like a rapid jab. This is especially important if the opponent is right up close to Splatter Shot, since they can roll behind Inkling. The thing about the opponent rolling through Splatter Shot is that Inkling can release the B button before they can roll through it, and they will let go of shield so they get rapid jab pretty easily since they drop shield. If the opponent doesn't roll through it, Splatter Shot is -6 on shield, which is pretty safe for a grounded move. If the opponent has a fast enough out of shield option, they can react to whenever Inkling lets go of the B button, and they can do their out of shield option off of reaction. This only works if the opponent is close enough to Inkling. Now let's look at the opponent trying to approach you while you're using Splatter Shot. The beginning of Splatter Shot at the beginning of the trail flinches you a bit, so when you try to approach Splatter Shot, you'll be stuffed out pretty well. If the opponent tries to come in from the side and tries to jump over it when going to the side doesn't work, Inkling can aim the Splatter Shot up in time so the opponent can hit him from above after trying to go from the side. If Splatter Shot is going sideways, it pretty much loses to a lot of long range moves on the ground, since it doesn't have the most range for it to beat out those moves. It also loses to tons of projectiles as well, so make sure to keep that in mind when you're using Splatter Shot. A lot of the time when the opponent gets hit by the Splatter Shot, they are conditioned to shield to not keep getting hit by Splatter Shot, so you can probably go for a dash grab right after hitting on the Splatter Shot when you're shielding. This is probably the most common situation when the opponent deals with Splatter Shot, but you can punish what the opponent does in general after getting stuffed out by it. The only way the opponent can get around Splatter Shot is to hit Inkling from behind, but the Inkling player can react to that kind of well and shield in time before the opponent gets to them from behind. This doesn't really work too well if the Inkling has her back to the corner, since you can't really approach her from behind or you'll be off stage or at the ledge. Another trick you can do with Splatter Shot is Splatter Shot canceling. How it works is if you do a short hop neutral B, you can cancel it with a directional air dash, so it's kind of like a wave dash. This is the most common use of Splatter Shot canceling, but you can cancel it with a double jump as well. Personally, I have not seen Splatter Shot canceling being used a lot in tournament, but it can be a pretty good mix-up if you think the opponent is going to go for a punish after doing this. So I recommend using this mix-up from time to time. Splatter Shot is honestly a pretty decent tool in Inkling's neutral, since it keeps the opponent out from approaching. Using Splatter Shot in neutral is especially good if the Inkling player has a stock lead, since if the opponent doesn't have a lot of range, they can't really approach Inkling when she's using Splatter Shot. Overall, this move is annoying to deal with from the opponent's side, since you can't really get in on it, and damage starts to rack up from Splatter Shot alone, and since you're fully inked up, you'll be taking more damage from Inkling's moves. Like a back air, Fresh will do 18% if you're fully inked. So getting hit by Splatter Shot can be kinda dangerous, especially if Inkling has a stock lead. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about using this move in neutral. So now we're going to move on into advantage state and disadvantage state, so let's get right into it. A notable way you can use Splatter Shot in advantage state is for edge guarding recoveries. Now it's been known for a while that Splatter Shot is really good at edge guarding tethers, especially if they're going vertically with tethers, since it is the most consistent that way. Splatter Shot can also mess up a lot of recoveries that are not just tethers, so I'll show those off right now. Splatter Shot can also hit below the ledge in 2 frames, but I wouldn't say it's super consistent since Splatter Shot is active every 4 frames. And it also just depends solely on the character pretty much. So let's say the opponent is at the ledge. If you aim Splatter Shot down, it will cover the opponent dropping off and double jumping back to the stage, and it'll cover ledge troll as well. If you aim the Splatter Shot up, it will cover jump pretty well. Splatter Shot up close can cover neutral getup, but once again, Splatter Shot is active every 4 frames, and the opponent loses invincibility for 1 frame of neutral getup, and they get shield right after that 1 frame. So it's not super consistent if you cover neutral getup, but if they don't shield right after neutral getup, you can catch them with Splatter Shot a lot of the time up close. Now, of course, if you use Splatter Shot right on top of the ledge, the opponent can get up attack you, but you can bait that out from a shield up smash at a shield. You can also react to rolls with a dash grab or up smash. You can also use Splatter Shot at roll distance when you're ledge trapping to catch rolls and neutral getups, but you won't be able to catch jumps as well. If the opponent neutral getups, they pretty much have to shield so they won't get inked up from Splatter Shot, and it puts you in a good position. So using Splatter Shot to ledge trap can be a decent mix-up if you don't want to always use Splat Bomb to waste up ink. So let's talk about using Splatter Shot in disadvantage. Surprisingly, this move has a lot of uses in disadvantage. One of them is if you are in the air trying to land, you can land in a corner and use Splatter Shot so the opponent can't whiff punish you when you're trying to land. If you are off stage, you can poke the opponent a little bit from off stage with Splatter Shot by aiming at them. This is the easiest damage you can get for sharking off stage, but it won't be a lot unless you like chip damage a lot. Another way you can use Splatter Shot in disadvantage is when you're at the ledge. You can drop off the ledge and do a double jump Splatter Shot for the opponent to not challenge you when you're at the corner while being ledge trapped. And in general, if Inkling is being corner pressured, she can Splatter Shot so the opponent can't challenge her from up close and punish her literally when she's directly in the corner. And yeah, those are all my tips and tricks you can use with Splatter Shot. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And once again, if you have not checked out the other Inkling guides I've made already, make sure to check those out. And yeah guys, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.